Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when we couldn't wait to grow up to be a Disney adult.
This is episode 101. 10 things Disney adults do at Walt Disney World, and 5 they don't.
Or, if you're listening to this and you're still a Disney kid, just wait. Your turn is coming.
So now, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian adventure.
We call it Epcot.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 101 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And today's topic is a little controversial because recently Disney adults have been getting a really bad rep.
It's true.
I just assume it's people that have nothing better to do with their lives and don't understand people that like to have fun.
It's so weird to me that Disney adult has become like a bad word. And it's like, you know what? If it's not for you, that's fine. I don't understand people who vacation in Mexico. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out of my way to mock them.
No.
It's very strange.
And yes, we are brother and sister. We have no kids. We have a dog, which you may hear in the background because she's jumping around over here. And we love to go to Disney parks.
Yep. We travel other places. We enjoy touring the world. We just got back from Switzerland and France not long ago, although
we
that
went to Disneyland Paris.
did include Disneyland.
But we've been to Tokyo, where we went to Tokyo Disneyland. Okay, man, that's a bad example. Went to Canada. We've been to Canada.
Yes.
At Epcot.
No.
No. Actually, real Canada we did. And we've toured around the Caribbean on cruise ships. And
We've been all over the U.S.
yeah. So Disney adults generally are people who like to travel. People who may have a child, but also who likes to go to Disney. But we're just ordinary people who like some unordinary things.
Well,
And who doesn't?
we just like a little magic in our lives. And here's the thing, folks. If you are a Disney adult, if you are a closeted Disney adult, it's okay. We are your people. This is a safe space. You are welcome to be a Disney adult here.
Wait. Get close to your radio. I'm giving you a hug right now. Okay.
I think I need a hug.
There you go.
There we go.
It's
Big
all
Disney adult
better.
hug.
Now go plan your next trip to Disney World. It'll make you feel better.
But here's the thing, there's so much chaos in the world right now. There is so much negativity. There is so much just people who are out to destroy other people's joys. And there's no point in that. If there is something that brings you joy, you celebrate it and you do it as often as you can. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, why do people care?
There you go. So today we're just going to talk about a few things that Disney adults do at Walt Disney World on kind of a routine basis. At least this is what we do. Maybe you've got other things. I'd love to find out.
Before we jump right in, we just want to say we are not against taking your whole family. Of course, if you have a family, take them with you. But don't discount going with just an adult group because it can offer a whole different range of things than just riding Dumbo 27 times. So here's the things that we enjoy. Let's just break into it.
Yeah, the top 10 things Disney adults do at Walt Disney World.
In no particular order.
Well, of course. Go ahead and start us off.
One of our very favorite things to do as a Disney adult, we like to go and have a nice dinner.
A Disney adult dinner.
A Disney adult dinner.
Without kids.
So we do enjoy an adult beverage. So we like to have a restaurant that has a lounge attached. Those are some of our very favorites. Some ones that we particularly enjoy. Let's just list a few, I think.
Yeah, Brown Derby at Disney Hollywood Studios. We've talked about that one quite a bit. It's kid-friendly, but the menu's not. So it's actually a good place to get out of the way without having kids around and enjoying a good adult beverage and a good upscale dinner.
Yes.
And lunch. And the lounge outside is a hidden gem.
It is, and that is a lounge where you don't have to go get a drink before dinner. You can use that as a substitute for a lunch or dinner, which is very nice.
And they have a smaller portion of their famous Cobb salad.
Yeah, that's where you can get like a lunch portion. And you can also get a martini flight, which is very nice.
Yeah,
so,
you can have that. I don't do the martinis.
you go some old school Hollywood there.
Flights are something you're going to hear us talk about a bit on this. Yeah.
Another favorite is Toledo over at
go.
Coronado Springs Hotel. We love Toledo. It's on the top floor. There is a lounge right there. Dahlia Lounge is right there. Highly recommend both experiences.
Is it Spanish? How else would you say it?
It is. It is Spanish-inspired. The whole hotel is really Spanish-inspired. Iberian Peninsula, I would say, more than necessarily just Spain, but lots of Mediterranean Spanish influence. Beautiful, beautiful.
You can see out to the Epcot fireworks, and you can see fireworks even, I think, from SeaWorld from up there.
You can see a long ways from up there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful view from up there at night. It's not as close to the parks as like the Contemporary or the G-Flow or some of the other ones, but that makes it all the more of a hidden gem.
And even though it is a Michelin star rated restaurant, it is one that is not as popular because it is at one of the resorts and not on parks. So it's one that you can actually get into at a moment's notice sometimes. So if you are looking for a nice dinner and you did not make an advance reservation, try Toledo, because sometimes you'll be able to get in there.
Yeah, you can take a bus from your hotel over to Disney Springs and then straight over to the Coronado.
Or from whatever park you're at,
Also
directly to the Coronado.
Well, that's true. If you're already at a park, just go to the Coronado, and there you go. Shikisai, which is one we're going to be doing a full review on here very shortly, because we were able to visit that on our last trip to Walt Disney World.
That episode should actually be coming up later this month.
Yep, and that's at Epcot in the Japan Pavilion. So we'll just leave it there because it's fantastic, but we don't want to spoil the next coming episodes.
So stay tuned.
So yeah.
But staying on that Asian kick, which we enjoy, Morimoto is one of our favorites over at Disney Springs. Fantastic place to get a really nice dinner in a beautiful venue. There's little rooms upstairs that a lot of people don't know are there. So if you're looking for a more secluded atmosphere or a more romantic atmosphere or just somewhere quieter that you can enjoy a quiet conversation with your friends, that's a great spot to hit.
And they do have a walk-up window outside so that you can get some of the dishes without having to have a reservation.
But we find that the quality is better inside.
And they also have a bar.
Yes,
but
they do.
you have to look for it. It's kind of hidden. It's
and a
just
sushi bar.
behind a door. Yes, they do. It's a fantastic location at Disney Springs. Yak and Yeti, we've talked about this one a whole big much lot because it's one of our favorites. It's the Disney Animal Kingdom. It's one of the Landry's restaurants along with Tiffin's and Rainforest Cafe, which I hate to say all those in the same voice, but
that is weird.
It is weird. Yak and Yeti is Asian fusion. It is Chinese, Japanese,
Thai.
Oh yeah, and Korean. It has just all from all over Asia. I'm just going to say ahi nachos.
Yes. They do the Asian
gosh.
flavors, but in a really accessible style. So if that's like a gateway that you need, this is the place to do it. So yeah, highly recommend Yak and Yeti. Also Jico over at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh yeah.
Again, harder to get to, but worth it. So take a bus from any of the parks or from your resort to Disney Springs to Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, our friends John and Emily turned us on to this one that live out there in Florida, and it is South African inspired, well, South African everything, including the largest South African wine collection outside of South Africa.
Yeah.
It's all South Africans. Blue Zoo over at the Dolphin.
Oh,
really
one of our
good
very
seafood
favorites.
restaurant. Great walk-up bar when you're there. Just lounge area in the front if you just want a quick drink and you're over by the Dolphin and Swan. There you go. Walk in the Dolphin. It's on the bottom level as you're walking in. So if you come off of the boat from Epcot or from Hollywood Studios, go into the Dolphin. That's right there on the right-hand side.
And last but not least, let's talk about Citrico's real quick. Citrico's over at the G-Flow, the Grand Floridian Hotel. Easy monorail ride from Magic Kingdom or any of the other monorail resorts or from Epcot. You can get there. Very, very high-end feeling. Beautiful, beautiful menu. Very seasonal, very upscale, but again, in a very nice, accessible way and perfect for a quiet dinner that you want to get with your adult friends.
Unlike some of these other ones, Citrico's is only open for dinner. So the next thing that we like to do is a lounge crawl. I'm going into my lounge singer mode here. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, because we actually did a lounge crawl on the monorail, but there's also a Skyliner lounge crawl that you can do.
Which
Now,
we are looking forward to trying next time we go.
we explained this for the monorail in episode 95, where you can basically start at one of the resort hotels on the monorail, so the Polynesian, the Contemporary, or the Grand Floridian, and you just kind of pick a venue at each one and literally hop, resorts, and I don't want to say drink around the world, drink around the Seven Seas Lagoon.
Now, all of these locations do offer really inventive mocktails as well. If you are not someone who imbibes in alcohol, you do not have to. You can still have a really good time exploring these resorts and getting some delightful snacks along the way. But we love a good cocktail, and it's spaced out just perfectly enough that you're not out there to go get drunk like a frat party. You're just going to experience some really great cocktails.
So on the monorail, some of our favorites would be at the Grand Floridian, would be the Tambu Lounge up next to Ohana, or the brand new one, the Waialulu, which is over at the DVC property that they just built, at the Grand Floridian. Which was your favorite one there? Was it the Enchanted Rose?
We did the Enchanted Rose, and I would like to give it another try when maybe there's not a party going on, because it was really loud when we were there, and we hear that that is not the typical vibe. So I'd like to give that one another shot, because the drink I had was fantastic. The London Fog was so good.
And then at the Contemporary, it would be the Outer Rim, which is up next to the monorail station up in the Grand Canyon Concourse, or the Steakhouse 71 Lounge down in the lobby.
Or the bar at California Grill, if you can get in. That is a great option as well. And you can order off the menu. You don't have to do the whole fixie, as we say, the whole prefix menu to have snacks up there. You are welcome to order off the menu at the bar, but it is first come, first serve, just like Steakhouse 71 as well.
So the Skyliner's a little more difficult because the locations where it stops, you're looking at pool bars. So that would be the Pop Century and the Art of Animation on one end, the Caribbean Beach, the Riviera, and then basically Epcot. You have the Epcot resorts. So the Boardwalk, the Swan and Dolphin, the Yacht and Beach Club. So really for that one, look at the options and just let us know what you would do, because we haven't done that one yet.
We have heard that the bar at Riviera, though, is top notch. And not just the drinks, but the food. And it is an outdoor pool bar, but it is covered. And
is that Bar Riva?
Yeah, Bar Riva. I'm really excited to try that one. If you've tried it, let us know what your favorite thing was so we make sure not to miss it when we finally get over there. Next up is a bit of a controversial one. Controversy amidst the controversy. So if you are a Disney adult, you may be one of the Disney adults who likes to only experience adult things, and that is fine. That's what most of these things that we're talking about is. But if you're one of those Disney adults who likes to go to Disney to experience your inner child,
and who grew up going to Disney parks,
yes, then this one might be for you, because we love to do a good character breakfast. That's right. As adults, going with only adults, going to meet Mickey Mouse. It's a thing.
All right, don't judge us. Yes,
you can judge
we
us
have
a little
done
bit.
This. Really, our favorite one, I think, is Topolino's.
For sure.
We talked
Hands
about
down.
that in episode 56.
Now, here's the difference with Topolino's. And like you said, we did just 50 episodes ago, we did an episode about this experience. And one of the reasons that makes it different from other character breakfasts is that it is not a buffet. So this is going to be a sit-down breakfast in a very elegant atmosphere. You're going to have views for miles up on top of the terrace. It's actually Topolino's Terrace. They name it that for a reason. Go out and check it out. Be sure.
Topolino, it means Mickey Mouse.
It does. Well, Mouse in general, but specifically Mickey. Right. They call him that, but it does be Mouse. And they're all in their little artist outfits. They're adorable. But the food is spectacular. I got the quiche. Rod got the steak and eggs. It was really, really great. And great cocktails, great service, fantastic character interactions. Ones that even as a grown-up are just so much fun.
And just magical.
It is magical.
That's what Disney does best.
And if you're looking for a way to embrace that inner child, even amongst a group of Disney adults, this is a highly, highly recommended venue.
The other two we thought about for people that don't really necessarily want to be surrounded by kids. The Garden Grill at Epcot, because they have big booths that are kind of separated a little better from other people, which that's better for me anyway. And I think Tusker House was the other one we talked about.
Now, Tusker House is a buffet. Garden Grill is not. You will be served at your table, which is very nice. Characters in their cute little farmers' outfits, and they'll come around and see you. And this one includes Chip and Dale, which is very exciting. We love Chip and Dale, masters of chaos, and they are so adorable. Tusker House is over at Animal Kingdom, and it is a buffet, but it does feature some more exotic flavors because it's at Animal Kingdom over in the Africa section. So you're going to have a little more exotic flair to some of the items, as well as your normal bacon and eggs and Mickey waffles. And over there, the characters meet you in their safari outfits.
They look adorable.
So cute.
The fourth thing is take a Disney weekend. We talked about this way back in episode 4 in season 1, but Sue and I will just take a quick weekend. We'll fly down on one of the low-cost airlines like Allegiant or Sun Country or any of the other ones that can get you into the Orlando area for a lower cost. Spend maybe even just one night at one of the resort hotels and do a Epcot festival.
Now, we did this specifically when we had season passes. We did that for 1 year. And it's very pricey to be an out-of-state season pass holder, so we tried to make it worth it.
Very quickly.
Yeah. But it was lovely to just be able to take a quick weekend. A lot of people who are trying to plan it for their whole family or trying to plan it for a whole multi-generational group would never even consider this. But as a Disney adult with things like PTO on your side, you can make it happen.
Yeah. So things to think about are just finding the lowest cost room on park. Or on resort, so something like the Pop Century, where you have a large collection of, I guess you wouldn't call them low-cost rooms, but lower cost for Disney.
They're labeled value, so we'll go with that.
And if you're going to rent a car, even the All-Star, like the All-Star Music, which has recently been renovated, is a really good option for that. It's one of the lowest costs at all of Walt Disney World. But if you have a car, you also could just stay at a Hampton or a Fairfield over there in Lake Buena Vista or in Kissimmee. And go ahead and drive in, spend the $25 or $35 now for parking, I guess it is.
Yeah.
But what you'll save on the hotel room makes up for that.
And another one you might want to check is Swan and Dolphin. Every once in a while in the off-season, they do really good rates for really nice rooms.
Especially if you're a Marriott Bonvoy member.
Yes. Thank you.
I should have mentioned pass holder, which we also found out.
The next thing that Disney adults do, we love to do tours. We like to do tours. These are things that are usually accessible to kids as well. Some of them do have age limits, so make sure that you're checking on that. We got to do Keys to the Kingdom recently. That episode is not out yet, but stay tuned. I promise it's coming. We've done Behind the Scenes several times. We love to do that one. We don't have an episode specific to that.
Not yet. Yeah, that's at the Land Pavilion at Epcot, and it takes you through the greenhouses on a walking tour.
We love that one so much. It's only about an hour long. It's only about $40. It's very reasonable to do. And we recently did Caring for Giants, which was over at Animal Kingdom. Took us behind the scenes to see the elephants and the care that they do for the elephants.
So amazing. Episode 94.
Yeah, thank you.
For that one, if you have a chance to listen to it.
And we absolutely loved this tour. And we've also been having our eye on Savor the Savannah. We did do its counterpart, which is the Africa Trek.
Yes, Wild Africa Trek at Animal Kingdom was so much fun.
We absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite Disney experiences I have ever done. And it was phenomenal. Yeah. But its sister tour is the Savor the Savannah, which is a little more adult-oriented.
Right, more geared towards food than adventure.
Right. So you go out to the Boma out there on the savannah and eat an African-inspired meal, and you're surrounded by antelope and elephants and giraffe and Tommies and the whole thing, and it is pretty fantastic. So we're looking forward to trying that one. Highly recommend the Africa Trek as well.
The sixth thing that Disney adults do at Walt Disney World, go to a Magic Kingdom fireworks party. In my opinion, this is the only way to see the fireworks. If you've been there so many times that you can't even count anymore, and you don't want to necessarily be crammed into standing onto the same little patch of ground on Main Street, do the party that's over at the Tomorrowland Terrace. It's worth every penny.
There are 3 different versions of this party. You can go before the fireworks, get your snacks and your champagne, and then during the fireworks you watch from the hub grass from an area that's roped off. You can do it after, so that you go to that area on the hub grass, you watch the fireworks, and then you go get your treats. We prefer the third version, which is the seats and treats, and that is where you are seated and watching the fireworks from the Tomorrowland Terrace seating, and it is so wonderful.
I like that one better.
We
That's
love
the
that
Seats
one.
and Treats, yeah.
Now, the only caveat is if this is your first time seeing the fireworks, this might not be the right idea for you because you will not see the projections on the castle as well as you will from Main Street. So if that is important to you, or you only get to see them once in a blue moon, or you have never seen them before, then you might want to go a different route for that one. But if you have, it is really delightful to sit there and drink either hot chocolate if it's frickin' freezing like it was the last time we were there.
It's frickin' freezing in here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
Or a nice glass of champagne with some chocolate strawberries, and it's just a really nice experience. And again, kids are welcome at this party. We like to do it with our adult friends. Next up, one of our very favorite things to do as a Disney adult, number 7, we like to sleep in. And there is an and, but we do enjoy sleeping in. So we like to sleep in the mornings and then do an after hours party.
There you go.
Now, we just did this recently at Disney's Hollywood Studio. That was episode 97 if you want a full review of that. The after hours parties run $155 to $185 depending on the day and the park. They are available at 3 of the 4 parks. They don't do them in Animal Kingdom because of the animals.
Yeah. And they close early, so there's only like 6 rides there to begin with. And one of them you can't do without the animals.
Hello? Are there any animals in here?
So there you go.
Kind of key element there. So any of the 3 parks that they do, they are kind of few and far between and very seasonal. So take a look at the calendar if that's something that interests you. But we had a great time. It's about the same cost as doing a full day park ticket. So if you are paying for your park admission anyway, this is a really, really good option. You can get on all the big rides in no time at all. 0 waits. So empty. It's just lovely. It's such a nice experience to have the park all to yourself. Get on all those rides in quick succession. And because it does run late, this runs until, what was it, 12:30?
Well, it depends on the park, but yeah, somewhere usually between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, depending if it's at Magic Kingdom Studios or Epcot.
So it is something that is more geared towards adults because of that. But that is definitely something that we love to do and can't wait to do again as a Disney adult.
Number 8 is take a boozy class. I said boozy, not bougie.
They can be both.
They could be both, I guess. But Sangria University at the Coronado at the Three Bridges restaurant is a mid-afternoon class that you can take about the history of sangria, and you get to mix your own sangria.
You are served a flight of 4 sangrias, 4 different kinds, and then you mix your own favorite.
Yeah, oh, it's so much fun. We talked about this in episode 55, and would highly recommend doing this again if you've done it before. Because we're planning to do it again because it was so much fun.
It was so much fun. And you get chips and guac. We got lovely chips and guac. We got free little bottles of water. Okay, it's not free.
We paid, I guess is the way to look at it. The cost on that is...
This one is between $69 and $79, and it depends on the day that you're there. So take a look at those calendars if that's something you want to do. This one is available for kids as well, but it is that full price, and of course they will be served a flight of non-alcoholic beverages.
And you are not allowed to share with the kids. They will. They warn you, and they will throw you out.
Yeah, they have to take that real seriously.
They have to. Liquor laws are liquor laws.
So once again, for the Disney adult crowd.
Yes. Another one you can do is over at Epcot at the Mexico Pavilion, and that's the tequila experience a la cava. This is inside the pyramid. On the right-hand side as you first walk in, it's a full-service tequila bar, basically, with a few tables. We did talk about La Cava a little bit during the Best of the Fest episode we did for this last Epcot Festival, but we haven't done this experience yet. This is on our list to do, so if you've done it, put it down in the comments what you liked about it. Everything we've seen about this makes it look fan-freaking-tastic.
You are guided through about a 90-minute experience by a tequila ambassador, they call them. Nice. So you'll get all the history, all the knowledge that they have in about 90 minutes. It is $180, 21 and up. No kids allowed on this one. This isn't one that they can just come in and have non-alcoholic tequila. So
they just get agave.
Right.
Here, suck on a cactus.
But that is one we are very much looking forward to. Again, like Rod said, if you've done this one, let us know because we're looking for some tips and tricks on that one. Next up, we love to resort hop as an actual stay. It's a harder thing to do with a full family, but if it's just a couple of you or it's just a couple of couples, this is a really fun thing to do. You can do 1 or 2 nights at a moderate or even at a deluxe resort, and then spend the rest of your time at Pop Century or All-Star or off-property even. So you can sort of mix it up and get a little bougier experience for a night or two.
Wait,
and then,
did you say boozy or bougie now?
Yes.
Okay. It's pool bars. I'm just saying.
It's
pool
true.
Bars.
But then the rest of the time you can go a little more economical and save your money. So that's one of the things that we love to do. We did this on our last resort we did this on our last trip.
Right.
And we stayed just one night at Riverside, Port Orleans Riverside. We love Riverside.
In one of the royal rooms.
Yes,
which was
fireworks.
really fun.
Oh, I love the fireworks on the headboard. It's so magical. And the faucet that's the magic lamp from Aladdin. Oh, so brilliant. But then the rest of the time, the other nights we stayed over at Pop Century, which we also love.
The best part about this is if you are doing this, you can take your luggage at the first hotel, drop it off at Bell Services. They will transport it over to your other hotel for you for absolutely free. Well, the cost of a tip. Don't forget to tip the cast members.
Please do. Yeah, we love that. They made it so easy. So definitely recommend if you want to try out more than one hotel and you want a little bit of a fancier experience for a night or two.
The last thing is take time to explore the parks. A good Disney adult will have been to the parks many times. So we've talked about this with Epcot specifically, where you can go back to the Morocco Pavilion and see the Fez House, or go explore inside the Japanese museum where they're currently showing things from the Kawaii, which is their cute, I guess you want to call it phase that they're going through right now. There are a lot of museum pieces and art pieces within each of the Epcot World Showcase pavilions, and it's worth spending some time, even a whole afternoon, just going from pavilion to find all this hidden gem details that they have.
A couple of things you might want to look at. You can go into the store in Italy where they sell all of the Venetian masks and ask to see the secret collection. It's something they don't display. You have to ask
Non-Disney
for.
approved. Ooh.
I know, right? You can also, I just found this out and I wish I'd known it a million years ago, but you can do a tour in the UK pavilion. And it's a tea tour.
What are you talking about? Tea? Tea? Oh, I never thought of tea, of course. No. Tea. No.
It's run by the shop there where they sell the Twinnings, and you can do a tour of all of the plants that they produce tea from. And I am a tea fan, so I would love to do this sometime. But all of these things are things that you can dive into and really get into those details. And we're just talking about Epcot. You can also do this at Animal Kingdom. There's so much detail. You could spend hours just looking at the Tree of Life.
Oh, my heavens, yes.
So don't miss those tiny details. And as a group of Disney adults or as a solo trip for a Disney adult, this would be amazing too, because you're not having to go ride to ride to ride to ride to ride. You can if you want to. But when you're there at a little calmer pace, you're able to soak in all these details. And that's something that I think people who do travel as families or people who are focused solely on their kids enjoying the trip are going to miss out on these things.
And that leads us directly into 5 things that Disney adults don't do, including what you just mentioned. You don't have to do the things that you don't want to do.
Isn't that a beautiful sentence?
I
Say that
love
again.
That. If I'm going by myself, or if Sue and I go, or even meeting friends there, we're not having to go do the rides that have things thrown at you, or extremely long lines, or really back-wrenching roller coasters. I'm looking at you, Space Mountain.
It is nice.
It is very nice.
Right on the tail of that, then, you also are free to not eat chicken nuggets or puffy pizza. If you don't want to eat chicken nuggets and puffy pizza, you are welcome to eat grown-up food. And it does exist at Disney World, as we talked about at the very top of this episode. Disney has fantastic food, unless you're at Magic Kingdom. But.
Right, or if you walk into any of the fast food places at Magic Kingdom, just don't.
Right.
But there are canteen.
But again, there's other options.
Right.
At Magic Kingdom, or you can resort hop and go over to Steakhouse 71 for your lunch.
Speaking of Magic Kingdom, third thing you don't do is rope drop Magic Kingdom, because you don't have kids. You don't need to be there to get first in line for Peter Pan if you don't want to. Sleep in. We already said that, because Disney adults sleep in. Unless you're going to the Keys to the Kingdom tour.
That is true. We did that. That is a glorious reason to rope drop. You also don't have to worry about stroller parking.
Oh, thank the maker.
You don't have to worry about rider swap. You don't have to worry about who has the kids, where the nearest diaper change is. All of that kind of stuff is sort of taken off of you. Now, if you only travel with children and these are part of your daily lives, more power to you, and I mean that sincerely because you need it. But if you are thinking that Disney is only for kids, hopefully we're convincing you otherwise.
Yep, and the best part about it, too, is you don't have to please everybody.
Oh, that's so glorious.
If two of you are there and want to go ride Space Mountain, you go be you. You go ride Space Mountain. Sue and I are going to go over and ride Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right, and we'll meet up for lunch after.
Yep.
Isn't that beautiful? You don't have to try and please your entire party. And like when we go with our friends Steph and Brian, Steph's favorite ride is the bench ride. She loves the bench ride.
Mm-hmm. Or if we go with Andy, he likes the drinking fountain ride.
That's his favorite. So we stop at all the drinking fountain rides, but we can meet up with him when he's done. Steph can meet up with us when she's done with the bench ride.
Right.
It's a great system, and when everyone's a grown up and can understand that you don't have to be attached at the hip for the entire trip, it releases so much pressure and just so much planning. You can just go and enjoy yourself. It's lovely. I can't stress highly enough how much we enjoy being Disney adults, and the fuddy-duzzies of the world can just eat combat boots because they don't get to decide.
Did you say fuzzy-duzzies?
Fuzzy-duzzy.
The fuzzy-duzzies.
You know, they might be fuzzy-duzzy.
I would call anybody who makes fun of a Disney adult a fuzzy-duzzy.
They are fuzzy-duzzies.
They are. Don't be a fuzzy-duzzy. Be a Disney adult.
And if you are a Disney adult, we hope that you have been convinced to let that Disney flag fly, because we are so proud of our Disney adult status. We eat off Disney plates at home. We have Disney toys for our dog. We have Disney stickers on our cars. Just Disney it up, folks. No shame.
Before we go, we'd like to give a big thank you to our theme music composer, Jason Patrick Rowan, whose music is licensed to Pond 5. And of course, thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23. Thanks for joining us today for episode 101 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye.
Thank the Phoenicians.
The Garden Grill, because they have the Garden Grill at Epcot.
Sweetheart, I love that you want to play, honey.